The year was 3179 Europa. The icy moon of Jupiter was home to Earth's farthest mining colony. It was cold, dark, and dangerous. But under the ice, there were rare minerals that Earth needed. The miners worked every day, cutting deep into the frozen crust. Most days were the same, boring, hard, cold. But today was different. Kara, a young miner, was operating Drill 7 near Sector 19. The drill was almost 3 miles deep now. The machine buzzed loudly, shaking the ice around her. Then, suddenly, the drill stopped. Kara frowned. "That's not normal," she said. She checked the controls. Everything looked fine, but the drill wouldn't move. She tapped the screen. Then, the screen went black. "What the?" she whispered. All lights in the tunnel flickered. The air went still. Then, a low hum started, a deep, strange sound. Not from the machine. It came from the ice. Kara stepped back. "Control, this is Drill Team 7. Something weird's happening down here." No answer. The comms were dead. The hum grew louder, deeper. The ice wall ahead began to glow. A soft blue light spread across it, forming shapes, circles, lines, symbols. She reached out and touched the wall. It wasn't ice anymore. It was smooth, warm, like metal. Others ran over. "What is that?" someone asked. "It's not natural," Kara said. "We hit something huge." The team called for backup. Scientists arrived within hours. They scanned the object. It was buried deep, massive in size, over 2 kilometers long. It wasn't made by nature, and it definitely wasn't human. But then, something strange happened. Dr. Voss, the lead scientist, pointed to a mark on the glowing wall. It looked like letters, English letters. "That's not possible," he said. "This is older than human history." Kara leaned closer. The word was clear. Arc. The scientists were shocked. "Why is there English writing on an alien object?" someone asked. No one had an answer. They started calling it the object. But Kara had another name for it. "It's a ship," she said. "I can feel it." They drilled around it carefully, exposing more of its surface. The shape became clearer. It had a front like a ship, wings folded along the sides, and a huge engine block at the back. It had no doors, no windows, just a smooth, dark body covered in strange lights and symbols. One day later, while working near the ship's side, another strange thing happened. The ground shook. The ship's surface opened, just a small part. A ramp slowly extended down into the ice tunnel. Lights flickered along the path, inviting them in. "Did we do that?" Kara asked. "No," Dr. Voss said. "It opened by itself." They sent in a drone first. The drone showed a large hallway, clean and untouched, with walls glowing softly. It looked like it had been waiting a long time. Too long. Kara and a team went inside. It was quiet. The air was warm. There was no dust, no decay, as if time had stopped inside. They reached a control room. A large chair sat in the center, and in front of it was a console with blinking lights. One screen showed a map of Earth's solar system. Another showed a date. Year 12407 BC. Everyone stared at it. "That can't be real," said Dr. Voss. "That's more than 14,000 years ago." "But the ship looks new," Kara said. "Exactly," he replied. Then a voice came from the walls. Deep, calm, human. "Identity not found. Please scan authorized user." The lights in the room grew brighter. The ship was alive. "Scan who?" Kara asked. "Who's the authorized user?" The voice spoke again. "Commander Elias Kale. Status: missing. Location: unknown." Kara stepped back. The name didn't sound familiar. She checked Earth records. No one by that name had ever been part of any known mission. No one in history. But the ship remembered him. Then something else happened. A hidden wall opened behind the control room. Inside was a cryopod. A glass coffin, glowing with blue light. A man was inside, still. Eyes closed, breathing slowly, alive. The frozen man inside the pod did not move. He looked about 35 years old. His black hair floated gently in the cold mist. His face was calm, almost peaceful. He wore a dark uniform with a silver badge. The badge said one word. Kyle. Is this the commander? Kara asked. Dr. Voss nodded slowly. It must be. Commander Elias Kale. But that's impossible, said another miner. This man is from over 14,000 years ago. He should be dead. He's not, Dr. Voss replied. The pod kept him alive. Perfect cryo-sleep. The ship's voice returned. Commander status. Alive. Body stable. Mind in rest mode. Awaiting reactivation. Reactivate? Kara asked. Should we wake him up? Everyone went silent. Dr. Voss looked unsure. We don't know what he knows, or what this ship can do. But before anyone could decide, the pod made a loud click. The glass lid began to lift. No, wait! Someone shouted. It was too late. Warm air rushed into the pod. The mist vanished. The man's eyes slowly opened. Dark brown, sharp, alert. He gasped, sat up, looked around. Status report, he said quickly. Is the Ark secure? Everyone stepped back. Guns were raised! Easy, Kara said. We're not enemies. The man stared at them, confused. Who are you? We found this ship, under the ice, on Europa, Kara said. The man blinked. Europa? Still under ice? He rubbed his head. How long have I been asleep? Dr. Voss stepped forward. Over 14,000 years, the man froze. 14,000? He looked around again. Then Earth fell? Dr. Voss and Kara exchanged glances. Fell? Fell to what? The man stood up slowly. He was tall, strong, and calm, even after hearing the shocking news. I'm Commander Elias Kale, United Human Front. This ship is the Ark of Terra, our last hope after the fall. Fall of what? Kara asked. The fall of Earth, Elias said. We were attacked. Alien warlords, creatures of shadow and fire. We weren't ready. Billions died. Earth was burning. So we built this ship to survive, to return later. But no one remembers this war, Dr. Voss said. There's no record of it in any history book. Elias looked at him with sad eyes. Of course not, because we lost. Everyone stood in silence. Elias walked to the control panel. It lit up with his touch. Commander recognized. Full access granted. He brought up a 3D map. It showed Earth, broken into red zones. Fire. Wreckage. Then the map zoomed out. Dozens of red symbols moved through the stars. Enemy ships. This was the last message I got, he said, before entering cryosleep. But why Europa? Kara asked. Why hide here? The ship needed time to heal, to wait. It carries everything we lost, DNA, memories, technology. It is the last seed of mankind. You mean you were supposed to rebuild humanity? Dr. Voss asked. Elias nodded. That was the plan. He touched another screen. Images appeared. Old cities, human leaders, even animals. The Ark holds the full record of Earth. Before the fall. It was designed to bring us back. Then a warning sound filled the room. Alert. Signal detected. Unknown source. Long-range scan activating. Elias frowned. That's not good. The screen showed a red blip. Far away, but moving fast. Doctor, Voss asked. What is it? Elias replied. Trouble. Kara looked at the others. This just got bigger than mining. Elias looked at her. You're not just miners now. You're the first humans of the return. The ship's lights grew, brighter. Walls opened to reveal rooms filled with strange tech, weapons, suits, machines. Everything in this ship was made for one purpose, Elias said, to bring humanity back and to fight if needed. But how did we forget all this? Kara asked. No one on Earth knows about this ship or the war. Maybe someone erased it, Elias said. Or maybe Earth changed too much. But now, it begins again. The hum of the ship grew louder. Elias placed his hand on the control. Crystal. The arc lit up from end to end. The ship was fully awake. The Ark of Terra was no longer sleeping. After 14,000 years buried in ice, its lights glowed bright. Its walls vibrated with life. Machines hummed. Doors opened. The ship was alive again. Commander Elias Kyle stood tall on the command deck. His uniform still carried the symbol of a world long gone. He looked out at the crew, Kara, Dr. Voss, and the others. None of them were soldiers. None of them were ready for what was coming, but they were all he had. Is this ship safe? Kara asked. Safe? Elias looked at her. No, not completely. This ship is powerful, but power needs control. He touched a round panel. It scanned his palm. Command link restored, the ship said. Primary mission, rebuild and protect humanity. The screen lit up with 3 main systems. Stasis Core Memory Vault Awakening Protocol. What is the Awakening Protocol? Dr. Voss asked. Elias turned to them. It's time to wake more than just me. He opened a new map. It showed other cryopods deep inside the ship, hundreds of them, men and women, soldiers and scientists, all frozen like him, all waiting for this moment. This ship carries 300 original humans from the old world, Elias said. We were the last survivors, chosen to return when the time was right. You were Earth's backup plan, Kara whispered. Yes, he said, and now it's time to start the plan. He pressed the command. Awakening protocol activated. Warming pods, estimated time 24 hours. Across the ship, the stasis chambers began to glow. Mist filled the halls. Machines hissed. One by one, the last humans of the old world were coming back. But then, another alert. External signal detected. Unknown vessel approaching. The screen showed a dot, moving fast, not human, not friendly. What is that? Kara asked. Elias narrowed his eyes. A scout, one of them. Them? Dr. Voss asked. The enemy who destroyed Earth. They must have heard the ship wake up. We sent a signal when I was revived. They're listening. But we don't have weapons, Kara said. Oh yes, we do, Elias replied. He walked toward another door. It opened into a dark chamber. Inside, walls of advanced weapons, power suits, and machines that Earth had never seen. This ship holds tech from before the fall, Elias said. Stronger than anything today, he handed Kara a light, thin device. Touch this. She did. A glowing armor wrapped around her hand like liquid metal. It was warm but light. This was made for humans. Fast, strong, smart, Elias said. You'll need it, Dr. Voss asked. Are we going to fight that ship? Elias looked serious. If it finds us and reports back, more will come. We must stop it before that happens. Suddenly the ship shook. Enemy ship entering Europa orbit. Weapons scanning active. It found us, Elias said. No more time. He ran to the command chair. Defense systems online. Power to shields. The walls of the Ark glowed brighter. A blue field formed around the ship. Kara looked out the view window. A black alien ship floated above the ice. It was shaped like a claw, silent and deadly. Red lights blinked along its side. It's preparing to fire, Dr. Voss shouted. Elias didn't wait. Activate sentry guns. Return fire. From under the ice, hidden weapons on the Ark fired powerful beams. The alien ship moved quickly, dodging, then fired back. The ground shook. The walls trembled, but the Ark was strong. Kara held on to the wall. We can't hold forever, Elias stood. We don't need forever, just long enough. Then another voice echoed through the ship, a new one, weak but human, Commander Kale, reporting for duty. A soldier stepped into the room, just awakened. Then another, and another. The old world was waking up. The first soldiers of Lost Earth were returning. Elias smiled. Good. Now we fight together. The enemy ship circled again. Elias gave the order, launch hunter drones. The Ark opened hatches. Dozens of glowing drones flew up through the ice, fast and silent. They swarmed the alien ship like bees. Boom! The alien ship exploded into fire and smoke. Cheers filled the Ark, but Elias didn't smile. That was just a scout, he said. Now they know we're awake. He turned to the crew. And they'll come for us. The Ark of Terra floated, deep under Europa's ice, glowing like a heart just beginning to beat again. Above, the remains of the enemy scout ship drifted in frozen silence. Inside the Ark, more cryopods opened. Soldiers from the ancient world were waking up, one by one. Tired, confused, but alive. Commander Elias Kale stood at the center of it all, watching them return. Kara and Dr. Voss stood nearby. Their world was changing fast. These people. They were gone for thousands of years, Kara whispered. And now they're back. Dr. Voss nodded. And they remember a war we never even knew existed. Elias turned to them. You deserve to know the truth. All of it. He walked to the center of the control room and tapped a glowing panel. The lights dimmed. A hologram filled the room, earth, stars, and red lights spreading like fire. This is how the war began, Elias said. The hologram zoomed in on Earth. It was the year 12407 BC. Earth was beautiful, full of life, cities, and power. Then the stars changed. Dark ships arrived from deep space, silent, fast, without warning. They were called the Zarin, Elias said. A race of shadow-born aliens, ancient, cruel. They didn't want peace. They wanted control. The hologram showed giant alien ships firing on Earth's cities. Buildings collapsed. Skies turned black. We fought back, Elias said. But we were too slow, too proud. We thought Earth was untouchable. Kara stared in shock. We never learned any of this, none of it. Dr. Voss said, Our history books say civilization began only 10,000 years ago. Elias nodded. Because the Zarin erased us. They destroyed our satellites, burned our cities, and shattered our records. The survivors had to start over, without tech, without memory. That's why your history began again. Like a reset. The hologram now showed the Ark, being built in secret. This ship was our last plan. The Ark carried soldiers, scientists, DNA of plants and animals, and tech too dangerous to fall into enemy hands. Kara asked, Why didn't they chase you? Elias sighed. They did. We barely escaped. We went into deep sleep, buried ourselves in Europa's ice, and waited. Dr. Voss frowned. Waited for what? Elias looked him in the eye. For humanity to return, or for the Zarin to come back, so we could fight. Just then, another alarm sounded. Long-range scan, multiple vessels detected. Estimated arrival, 72 hours. Kara's heart dropped. They're coming. Yes, Elias said, and they will not stop this time. The ancient soldiers around him stood straighter. They understood what was at stake. But Kara looked at her team. Miners, scientists, engineers. They weren't trained for war. We can't do this alone, she said. The people on Earth, they need to know. Dr. Voss nodded. We have to tell them everything. Elias paused, then said, The Ark can send a signal, but it's risky. Once we contact Earth, the Zarin might follow that signal too. We don't have a choice, Kara said. Earth deserves the truth. Elias nodded and activated the ship's long-range comms. The screen blinked. Message format, ancient to modern. Translation engaged. Begin transmission. Kara stepped forward. She spoke clearly. This is Kara Lynn, speaking from the Ark of Terra on Europa, we have found the truth. Earth is in danger. The enemy that destroyed the old world is returning. We need your help, and we will fight to protect what's left of humanity. The message was sent. Now all they could do was wait. Back inside the Ark, preparations began. The soldiers trained. The ship's hidden systems came online, launch bays, shield generators, weapon banks, but the enemy was faster than expected. Later that night, the lights dimmed again. Warning: cloaked object detected near ice layer. Elias ran to the screen. Another scout. No, it's bigger. A second enemy ship was already here. It had not attacked yet. It was just watching. They're studying us, Elias said. Planning something. Kara asked, why don't we attack first? Elias looked out the window. Because this time we only get one chance. The real battle hasn't started yet. The lights flickered. The Ark's voice spoke once more. New pod unlocking. Identity unknown. A cryopod opened deep inside the ship. But the person inside wasn't on any of the records. Kara looked at the screen. Who is that? She asked. No one had the answer. But Elias looked worried. Very worried. A hiss filled the air as the cryopod opened deep inside the Ark. Mist spilled out across the floor. Cold fog curled around strange boots. Inside the pod lay a person. But something was wrong. The skin was pale, almost silver. The eyes were closed, but moving fast under the lids. Wires ran into the body, more wires than any other pod. Kara, Elias, and Dr. Voss arrived at the scene. A few ancient soldiers followed, weapons ready. Who is this? Kara asked. Dr. Voss checked the screen beside. The pod. No name, no record. This pod wasn't listed in the Ark's storage files. That's not possible, Elias said. Every person on this ship was chosen carefully. We knew every name. The pod's screen blinked red. Warning. Genetic profile modified. Everyone looked at each other. Modified? Kara asked. Modified how? Dr. Voss took a step back. It says, this person is part human, but not fully. Kara's voice lowered. Then, what's the other part? The body inside the pod stirred. The eyes opened. They were not normal, human eyes. They were bright, glowing faint blue, almost like stars. Not cold, not cruel, but definitely not normal. The person sat up slowly. I was wondering when someone would notice, they said in a calm, soft voice. Kara froze. You're awake? Yes, the person replied. And you are very late. Elias stepped forward, hand on his weapon. Name, rank, purpose. The figure stood up, thin but tall, wearing a gray suit with no markings, short, dark hair, calm face. My name is Kalen. I have no rank. My purpose is balance. Balance? Dr. Voss asked. Kalen looked around. This ship, this war, you still think it's about survival. It's not. It's about memory, about truth. Elias stepped closer. You're not fully human. Are you one of them? A Zarin? Kalen shook his head. Not exactly. I'm between both worlds. A bridge. A spy? Elias asked sharply. No, Kalen said. A key. Suddenly, the lights flickered. The Ark's voice came on. Genetic match confirmed. Project Seraph. Last attempt at peace. Classified level, Omega. Kara turned to Elias. What's Project Seraph? Elias looked shocked. It was an experiment. We tried to create someone who could understand the enemy. Someone who could survive both sides. You mean, you made him? Dr. Voss asked. Elias nodded slowly. He was made to end the war. Not with weapon, but with connection. Kalen stepped forward. I carry memories of both, human and Zarin. I was designed to find a way to stop the fighting. Then why were you hidden? Kara asked. Because people feared me, Kalen said. I was too different, too strange, When the war got worse, they froze me and buried the truth. The ship rumbled again. Enemy ship repositioning. Scans show increased energy levels. They're preparing something, Elias said. A signal, or a weapon. Kalen closed his eyes for a moment. They've sensed me. They know I'm awake now. Kara stepped closer. Can you stop them? Kalen opened his eyes. Maybe, but only if you trust me. The soldiers in the room looked unsure. So did Elias. Kara looked at Elias. If he can help us, we have to try. Elias frowned. If he turns on us, it's over. I won't, Kalen said quietly. Because Earth was my home too. Once, they took Kalen to the command deck. He walked slowly, looking at the walls, touching them like he remembered everything. At the main panel, Kalen placed his hand on a crystal plate. The ship paused. Then, hidden functions unlocked. Welcome, Kalen. Protocol, Unity now active. A new part of the ship's map lit up, one they hadn't seen before. Kara stared. What is that? Kalen answered. A hidden core, the heart of the Ark. It holds the final message left by Earth's last leaders. The map showed the way. Elias looked at Kalen. Then let's go. They moved quickly through the ship's lower decks. Long hallways lit up as they walked. The walls had writing in both human and alien symbols. Do you know what it says? Kara asked. Yes, Kalen said. It says, truth is the weapon that lasts longer than war. They reached the core. A door opened. Inside was a glowing orb. It floated in the center of the room. It pulsed like a beating heart. Kalen stepped forward and touched it. The orb flashed. A voice filled the room. Deep, old, human. If you are hearing this, Earth has fallen, and this is our final hope. Kalen turned to them. This message was never meant for enemies or heroes. It was meant for those who came after. Suddenly, the ship's alarm screamed. Multiple enemy ships entering system. Full fleet arriving in 36 hours. Elias looked at Kalen. Can you stop them? Kalen looked up at the glowing orb. I don't know. But if we fail now, there won't be a second chance. The signal had reached Earth. From a deep ice moon far away, Carolyn's voice had crossed space and time. This is Carolyn, speaking from the Ark of Terra on Europa. Earth is in danger. The enemy that destroyed the old world is returning. The Sat. Message echoed across satellites, space stations, and ground stations. At first, many thought it was a hoax, a joke. Some thought it was a lost signal from a movie, but it wasn't. The coordinates were real. The ship was real. And most of all, the danger was real. In the skies above Earth, the World Defense Council met urgently. People from every nation, every military branch gathered in one room. On the large screen, Kara's message played again. General Ramirez stood up. This message came from Europa, from beneath the ice. Something is waking up, something old. A young officer raised his hand. Sir, what about the alien signal we detected last night? It came from the same area. The general nodded. Yes, we believe the enemy is real, and they are already watching us. A scientist stood. This Ark ship, if it's truly 14,000 years old, then our history is wrong. Everything we know may be wrong. The room went silent. Then General Ramirez said, We must respond. We're sending a deep space team to Europa. They'll reach the Ark in 28 hours. What if it's a trap? Someone asked. The general stared at the screen. Then we walk into it prepared, because if what they say is true, Earth's survival may depend on it. Back on Europa, inside the Ark, things were moving fast. The crew now knew the truth. The enemy, the Zarin, was not just returning. They were almost here. Kalen stood near the glowing core. It pulsed faster now, reacting to the enemy fleet. They are close, Kalen said. I can feel them. Elias Kale studied the tactical map. 10 ships. maybe more, all moving in fast. We don't have enough power to fight a full fleet, he said, even with our tech. Kara looked at Kalen. You said you were made for peace. Can you talk to them? Kalen was quiet for a moment. I can try, he said. But the Zarin don't speak with words. They speak with thought, emotion, memory. I need a signal core to reach them directly. We have one, Elias said, but it hasn't been used in centuries. Kalen turned to him. Then it's time to wake it up. The team moved fast. In a locked chamber near the arcs. They found the signal core. A strange device, half machine, half crystal. It hummed quietly like it was sleeping. Kalen placed his hands on it. The device lit up, reacting to his hybrid DNA. A surge of light shot out, covering the room. Everyone froze. Then, images. Not pictures. Memories. They filled the minds of everyone present. Visions of Earth before the fall, the first alien ships, the burning cities, the panic, and then a Zarin child, alone, afraid, hiding in shadows. Kara gasped. What was that? Kalen lowered his hands. That was me, or part of me, one of the few that was saved. You were born from both sides, Elias said. Yes, Kalen replied. That's why I might be the only one they'll listen to. Suddenly, the ship's alarm screamed. Incoming transmission. Origin. Earth. Fleet. Elias opened the channel. A human face appeared. Captain Raya Chen, leader of the Earth Response Team. This is Captain Chen of the USE Resolute. We received your message. We are entering Europa's orbit. Please respond. Kara stepped forward. Captain, this is Kara Lynn. Welcome to Europa. We don't have much time. Behind Chen, her crew looked tense. You're under threat? She asked. Yes, Kara said, and we need your help to survive what's coming. The Earth fleet entered orbit just in time. From the darkness of deep space, the Zarin ships appeared. 10, no, 12. Shaped like claws and knives, glowing red at the edges. They didn't speak. They just waited, like predators in the night. Inside the Ark, Kalen connected to the signal core again. He closed his eyes and sent a message, not in words, but in feelings. A memory of Earth, of its beauty, of its pain, of humans rebuilding again and again. Then, a message of peace. Silence followed, then something answered, a pulse, a thought. Not in anger, not in hate, but in warning. They know me, Kalen said, but they don't trust me. Elias looked at him. Will they attack? Kalen slowly nodded. Yes, unless we show them strength. Elias turned to his soldiers. Prepare for battle, but hold the first shot. Then he looked at Kara. Have one chance, he said. To show Earth that the old world still stands, Kara whispered. And to show the enemy we are not afraid. The countdown had begun. 36 hours until impact. The dark side of Europa had never seen light, until now. 12 alien ships hovered in orbit like shadows with glowing red eyes. The Zarin had arrived in full strength. They made no sound. They sent no message. They were here to finish what? They started 14,000 years ago. Inside the Ark of Terra, Commander Elias Kyle gave the order. Battle stations. All systems online. Defend the Ark. Ancient machines roared to life. Walls shifted. Panels opened. Energy surged through long dead circuits. The Ark had slept for millennia. Now it woke with fire. In the hangars, human soldiers from the past moved quickly. Drones launched. Shields activated. Old weapons powered up. Weapons Earth hadn't seen. Since before written history, Carolyn stood at the command deck, heart pounding. Earth's fleet is in position, she said. Captain Chen is ready. Elias nodded. Let's not fire first, but if they do, hit them with everything. Kalen stood nearby, connected to the signal core. His glowing blue eyes were distant, focused. I will try one last time, he said. One final message, not from a soldier, from someone who remembers both sides. He sent out a thought, a feeling. Not war, not fear, but hope. Above, in space, the Zarin fleet paused. One ship moved forward, larger than the rest. It sent a signal, a strange low hum. Kalen heard it in his mind. "They're asking a question," he whispered. "They want to know why we still fight." Kara stepped beside him. "Tell them we fight to protect, not to conquer. We fight because we remember who we are." Kalen sent that feeling. Then, boom! A red blast shot from the enemy ship. It struck the ice near the Ark. A warning shot, but powerful. "They don't believe us," Elias growled. "Shields up. Earth fleet, engage." The sky above Europa exploded with fire. Blue beams from the Ark hit two Zarin ships. One spun out of control. The other fired back, hitting a shield just above the Ark's tower. Captain Chen's ship, Resolute, moved into position and fired missiles. Earth's modern weapons weren't as strong as the Ark's, but they still hit hard. Alien ships split into groups trying to surround both fleets. "Hold them off," Elias shouted. "Don't let them breach the Ark." Inside the ship, defense drones flew out from hidden ports. They swarmed like bees, striking fast and dodging enemy fire. One Zarin ship broke through and dived toward the surface. "It's targeting the core!" Kara screamed. "I'll stop it," Kalen said. Before anyone could stop him, he ran toward the launch bay. Kalen entered a small pod. Not a weapon, not a fighter, a message ship. He launched it straight toward the enemy. Vessel inside, he didn't carry guns. He carried the signal core. As the enemy ship charged its main cannon, Kalen sent one last memory, his own, a child, half human, half Zarin, lost between worlds. Searching for a place to belong, the enemy ship hesitated. Then, a blue light blinked inside the alien vessel. Kalen's pod landed gently on its surface. The Ark's sensors picked it up. "Wait," Kara said. "It's not attacking." Elias looked at the screen. It stopped. "Why?" Kalen's voice came over the comms. "They heard me. Not all of them, but some. Enough." Another Zarin ship slowed, then another. The rest kept fighting, but something had changed. On Earth's fleet, Captain Chen spoke into the command channel. "We have a chance. Focus fire on the ones still attacking. Protect the Ark." Two alien ships broke formation and flew away, retreating. The others fired harder. They were split now, confused, weakened. Kara clenched her fists. "They're not one mind anymore. Kalen did it." Elias gave the final order. "All ships, push forward. This is our moment." The Ark of Terra rose from under the ice for the first time in 14,000 years. It flew into the battle like a rising titan. Blue energy rings circled it like armor. The old world had returned to protect the new one. Together with Earth's fleet, they destroyed 4 more enemy ships. 2 fled into deep space. The last one, the leader, stood still. It opened a channel. A strange voice came through, slow, rough, but clear. "We remember now. You are not what we thought." Kalen's voice replied, calm and steady. "We never were. You just forgot." The last Zarin ship turned away and vanished into the stars. The battle was over. Europa was silent once again. Inside, the Ark, the crew stood together. Kara looked up at the stars. "We survived." Elias put a hand on her shoulder. "Because you listened, and because Kalen believed." Dr. Voss smiled. "We just witnessed the end of a 14,000-year war." Kalen returned to the ship, tired but smiling. "I told them the truth," he said. "Sometimes, that's enough." Kara nodded. "So what now?" Kalen looked out at space. "Now, we rebuild."